Hi, my name is Malcolm, and this is a review of First Cow, directed by Kelly Reichardt and co-written based off the original novel by Jonathan Raymond. First Cow is a movie that a lot of you probably didn't end up seeing last year. There's a couple of reasons for that. Firstly, Kelly Reichardt, despite having worked in the filmmaking industry for almost 30 years now, has unfortunately received little attention outside of film critics and the independent movie scene. But the more likely reason you didn't end up seeing it was that it was released just as every major cinema in the world was closing down last March. That poor timing likely precluded much awards attention as well. I think that's disappointing, because as it stands, First Cow is one of the more interesting movies made about America in the last 10 years, and the best film that you could have seen in 2020.
Seems dangerous.
So is anything worth doing?
This is a movie set in the early days of the Old West, and while I do think it's fair to describe the movie as a Western, it isn't interested in depicting classic Western tropes of a country becoming lost or heroes becoming found. No, this is a Western about the America that we know today beginning to be built. It's the story of Otis Figowitz, better known as Cookie, a baker traveling by fur company to the Pacific, and King Wu, a Chinese world traveler on the run from murder. They meet by chance and offer each other help and shelter. As a pair, they end up making the most of their new life at Fort Tilcomb by using the introduction of the title's First Cow, introduced into the Oregon Territory by its wealthy owner, to set up a pop-up bakery for themselves using stolen milk.
I've heard about your cakes. I'd like to try one if I may. How much?
For you, only 10 silver pieces.
Cookie and Wu aren't cowboys. They're entrepreneurs, seeking a piece of the opportunity they can see coming in an expanding nation.
History isn't here yet. It's coming, but we got here early this time.
This is a movie about commerce, but it's also about companionship.
Joe.
What's great about First Cow is its interest in exploring the frontier as the economic cradle of an America to come, and in the understated relationships between newcomers, nature, and the land's original people. The movie features a lot of small discussions of domestic economics, about services, financing, banking, and resourcing. Except instead of it all being focused around a copper mine or a rebel gold, it's about a cow. But that cow isn't something to be used without consequence, and when abused, will only end up leading to diminishing returns for our protagonist. The stories of the local indigenous people end up stuck between these two poles, already slowly being displaced and assimilated into a new land, choosing either to hide away deeper into nature or to try to integrate themselves into this new economy.
Still.
Now, a lesser director might try to approach this kind of setting with scorn. But while Reichardt doesn't shy away from the cruelties of this world, she deserves credit for never using her camera to cast malice on any of her characters. In First Cow, nature isn't something immediately to fear. People aren't inherently wrong in their ambitions, and the past isn't any lesser or greater than the world we live in today. This movie wouldn't work, though, without a strong chemistry between its leads, and much praise should be given to John Magaro and Orion Lee for their performances. They have a gentle friendship that provides the gravity for the movie's themes to orbit around, and for Kelly's camera to focus on, as the two of them become less focused on the money they've saved up together, and more on each other, even as that future that we know slowly starts to catch up with them. First Cow is a film that's worth seeing, and a film worth seeking out. It's currently available for streaming on Amazon Prime. I hope you'll enjoy it as much as I have.